He seemed pretty happy when it was loaded because he thought he loaded the bike and got rid of the evidence, is what it seemed like. And then he probably had a bad day when he saw the cops pull up, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I called the cops when I got there at 3:20 in the 3:20. I called the cops.
Oh. Don't bring your motorcycle to Rapid Performance because I don't know what's wrong with them, but there's something. I brought a motorcycle to them once to fix, and they never gave it back. They said they were working on it for like a year, and then they said, okay, you owe us not to me, it's a long story, but then they said you owe us storage fees for the whole year that it was there.
Yeah.
And I said, no, there's no storage fees if you guys can't fix it. And then they started saying we did this. I said that was already done to the bike, and
right.
And then they ended up stealing the bike from me and keeping it. And then I said, all right, you keep the bike, go fuck you. And then I was working for them for a while, towing bikes, and they started like saying, bad-mouthing me behind my back. And every time I brought them a customer, they would tell the customer not to use me to tow the bike, to use somebody else. So go fuck yourself. Why are you telling them? I would tell them I'm going to bring a bike in on Monday, and they would say, give me the number of the customer, and then they would tell the customer not to use me. I'm like, what do you even give a shit who tows the bike for? Why is it fruitcake,
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm sure they know how to fix bikes. It's just that, how do you know when they're being nice and when they're fucking someone over? How do you know which day it is? You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be a bad day any day, but when it's a bad day every day, then you're fucked. You're not supposed to. The bike was brought in, the Harley Davidson Sportster in 2003, because it ran, but it didn't always start. Sometimes it wouldn't start. And after a year, it was in the same condition as when it was brought in, except now he wanted storage fees. And that's what they do when some of these, they call it storage fees, because that's another way of saying either they never worked on it, or they don't know how to fix it, or
right.
I don't know. But then he said, how do you know what I did in the bike inside there? I said, you jerked off on it, fuck you.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? Something nice to you? Go fuck your mom. And then, so not much happened from that. And then one day I was unloading a bike there, and I unloaded it down the block, and the guy came bouncing over to me. And then the customer said, no, unload it closer to the shop. And the guy in Rapid came running over to me and got on my face and said, oh, you left negative feedback for me on Yelp? And I'm like thinking, no, man, that was my brother,
Right.
And then I'm not going to tell him the truth. Yeah, I did. Fuck you. That's not illegal. Yeah. And I said, no, that was my brother who left that negative